Imus's comments, and all we've done is divert their
attention. I think the issue, Dr. Hill, is who decides what's offensive. What's offensive? And who is it offensive to? And who's getting hurt? And who is the arbiter of what offensive is?
Why don't we talk to the aggrieved people? No one asked that question when.
And if they're not offended, you want to give Don Imus his job back? If they're not offended.
Our top story tonight, the whole country is buzzing following Don Imus's comments on his radio show about the Rutgers University women's basketball team.
Oh, some rough girls from Rutgers, man. They got tattoos and some hardcore hoes. That's some nappy-headed hoes.
This afternoon, Imus appeared on the Reverend Al Sharpton's radio program to explain himself and made some more comments that some people say could be just as bad as the original one.
It's like the old country song, God may forgive you, but I won't. Jesus may love you, but I don't. So I can't get any place with you people, but I can get someplace with Jesus.
Who is you people, Mr.
You and this woman I'm talking to.
And just a short time ago, CBS Radio announced that Imus has in fact been suspended from his radio show for 2 weeks. Also, NBC News suspended their television simulcast of Imus's program. President of NBC, Steve Kappas, released the following statement. Quote, beginning Monday, April 16th, MSNBC will suspend simulcasting the syndicated Imus in the Morning radio program for 2 weeks. Now, this comes after careful consideration in the days since his racist, abhorrent comments were made. Don Imus has expressed profound regret and embarrassment and has made a commitment to listen to all of those who have raised legitimate expressions of outrage. In addition, his dedication, in his words, to change the discourse on his program moving forward has confirmed for us that this action is appropriate. Our future relationship with Imus is contingent on his ability to live up to his word. Joining us now with more on this developing story is Dr. Mark Lamont Hill of Temple University, radio talk show host, nationally syndicated Armstrong Williams, and right here in our New York studio, comedian, radio personality Patrice
Armstrong. You know, he apologized. He's contrite. Did he say the right things, or was the apology, in your view, worse than what he initially said, as was suggested earlier here tonight?
Well, you know, the guy's in a state of shock. He did not expect this. He's done this for so long.
I'm just saying, I know funny. And I know if he had said nappy-headed athletes or nappy-headed young women,
why is that okay?
No, it's not okay if he had said that.
We'd be just as offended.
Nappy-headed athlete would have been, is he using an adjective? I don't get that. Yeah. But to say nappy-headed hoe is so ridiculous, you know he was trying to be funny.
Well,
you know it.
I mean, you heard the tone of voice.
Imus
He was laughing.
says
He didn't intend to hurt, and he realizes he was wrong.
I want to ask you this question. You want him fired from this job?
Absolutely.
All right. We know the history. The two people that are leading the effort now against Don Imus are the Reverend Jackson and the Reverend Al Sharpton. Now, we know in the case of the Reverend Jackson, we know his comments about Jews in New York. We know his admission about the treatment of food of certain customers when he used to, work at a restaurant. We know the white interloper comments of Al Sharpton. We know Al Sharpton said if the Jews want to get it on, tell them to pin their yarmulkes back and come on over to my house. Have you ever asked for their firing?
Firing from what? In 1988, when Reverend Jackson made the comment about Hymietown, he paid dearly for it. He also apologized.
I didn't ask you that. I asked, sir, wait, Dr. Hill,
you're saying fired. Fired from what?
Do you think they deserve to be on the national scene leading the effort against Don Imus, considering their background?
Okay, that's a different question.
Something in the break, though, and I think you're right. Either everybody's wrong or everybody gets to say what they want.
Imus's comments, and all we've done is divert their attention.
I think the issue, Dr. Hill, is who decides what's offensive. What's offensive? And who is it offensive to? And who's getting hurt? And who is the arbiter of what offensive is?
Why don't we talk to the aggrieved people? No one asked that question when.
And if they're not offended, you want to give Don Imus his job back? If they're not offended.